contracts right here of NQ. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about why we're getting into this trade. Let me move this way up here. All right, there we go. All right, so first things first, we got a green background. All right, the bulls are in control. Look at this. We have a bright green candle. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Red and hot pink are your strongest downside data candles. So what the Maverick AI Pro is doing is it's coloring your candles to the data, not to price and direction. Okay, so here was earlier right off the open. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. So pretty cool stuff here. So we got a green background. The bulls are in control. Bright green candles, your strongest upside data candle. We got an A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant down here, the Maverick Radar. The Maverick Radar is going through a bunch of your Maverick indicators, and it's grading each one. And then it gives you this overall grade. It'll say you either have no grade, a B grade, or an A grade. And of course we love A+ setups, right? But will I get into a B setup? Well, yeah, apparently that's what I'm doing right here. But if it doesn't have a grade right here, I'm not touching my mouse. I am not touching my mouse if we don't have a grade right there, okay? Getting a little retracement, that's okay. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. So I want you to think of T1 through T5 as traders. And they all have a completely different style. They're algorithms, but they all have a completely different style. And they're voting across 6 time frames. So instead of having 6 charts on your monitor or trying to read all 6, forget all that. This is what I love about this, is that this is like trading with 5 other traders who all have a completely different style, and they're telling me what's going on all these other time frames. Now, here's what's even cooler than that, because I've been saying that for a while now. This is like trading with 5 other traders. It's actually better than that, in my opinion. Why? Because, you know, the number one thing that traders have issue with is what? Emotions. Guess what these traders have nothing of? They have no emotions. They are completely voting across 6 time frames based on their trading style and the data. I'm going to actually add one more here, which normally I don't do during market manipulation time right here. But okay, so green background. Bulls are in control. Bright green candle, your strongest upside data candle. A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. Again, which is going through a bunch of your indicators and saying, hey, buddy, you got an A+ setup. And all 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. What are we doing here? We're stacking probability, and I talk about this in every video, it feels like. Stacking probability. We're not just taking one signal. We're looking at all these beautiful colors that the Maverick indicators are giving us. By the way, all our indicators in the Ultimate Edge bundle work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. And we're putting it all together. That's what we're doing here. We're putting it all together. We got a green background, bulls are in control. We got bright green candles, your strongest upside data candle. It's your strongest upside data candle. You got an A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. Maverick Trender is pegged to the top. Gosh, I love this indicator. When you see these flat tops, see this right here? We call these flat tops. See when it's flat? What happens to price? Flies up. Look at this. Flat top to the downside. Really small one. What did price do? Came down. Look at your last flat top from here to here. What happened? Price went up. Look at this flat top from here to here. Flat top. Came right up. Maverick Trender comes free in the Ultimate Edge bundle. Flat top, what did price do? Boom. Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We're stacking probability in our favor. Now, I'm taking a late trade because we're working hard on getting the Maverick Gamma Pro out to you guys in the next couple of weeks. What's the Maverick Gamma? Oh, you know what? I didn't even talk about the zones. Let me talk about the zones and I'll show you guys the Maverick Gamma Pro. So the Maverick zones, we no longer have to draw our support and resistance zones. They're drawn for us. How amazing is that? Look at this. I didn't draw this. This is drawn for me. Okay. The Maverick zones auto draws our support and resistance zones by 1, where should the zone be? 2, how wide should it be? And 3, what is the probability score of price holding or breaking? Anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Anything greater than 90% is like a brick wall. Okay, so where does price like to move away from a lot of times? Your strongest zone. Where's your strongest zone? Right here. Where's price moving to? Away from your strongest zone. How funny is that? Okay, this is a game changer. This is, I love, number one, I love not having to draw my support and resistance zones anymore. And then number two, I love this scoring system. Oh my gosh, I love it. It'll tell me when there's a super weak score. Like if we had a 29 here and this zone was red, oh my gosh, I'd probably be adding 2 more contracts because I think we'd blow right through it. Okay. Does it work like that every time? No, of course not. Nothing is every single time. But it sure does work like that a lot of times. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So again, we're stacking probability. Green background. We waited for a green background. We waited for a bright green candle. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick radar, going through a bunch of our indicators, and it's giving us that overall grade. Either you're not going to have a grade, you're going to have a B grade, or you're going to have an A+ grade to the upside or downside. We got an A+ setup right here. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. How cool is that? Unemotional, different traders, their algorithms, so there's no emotion, and they're voting across 6 time frames. So by the way, you can change these time frames. You can add whatever. You can actually add a 7 time frame if you want, which is really, really great. Really, really great. All right, so we're just popping up here. Okay. Maverick trender pegged to the top still. Got that uptrend label. Love seeing that. This thing just looks like it wants to just push right through this zone. You get a 64 score, not your highest score, pretty low. Okay, anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Let's see what it does here. But guys, this is clarity. This is edge. This is clarity on my charts, right? I'm not guessing, are we going to go up, are we going to go down? I'm stacking probability to understand the probability of us going up, okay? Again, green background. At a glance, I can just look at this. Green background, bright green candles, A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick radar right here. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. Okay, now we are in market manipulation time, potential market maker manipulation time. So we're gonna reserve judgment for the next about 30 seconds or so. But this is a big deal here. This is very, very cool how clear these charts are. And look at us just continuing to push up. Now you might get some resistance here because this is a zone. Even though it's a weaker zone score, and price a lot of times likes to move away from your strongest zone. Where's your strongest zone? Down here. You still have to chew through these orders so you can move up and break through this zone, right? Okay. So this is clear vision, folks. This is edge. And when you combine this with the Maverick Gamma Pro that's going to be coming out, the market maker dealer hedging levels that are coming out in a couple of weeks, woo, doggy. It's going to be fun. We're already having fun. We're already having fun with these things. Check this out real quick. This is the Maverick Gamma Pro, all right? These are gamma levels. And what's a gamma level? It's where the market makers need to hedge their positions. Amazing support and resistance levels that the market maker has to take action at. This is going to be a game changer for you guys. Look at today's levels. Those levels were on my charts at 7 a.m. and it's almost the end of the trading day. And price just reacted so amazing to each one of those levels. It does not replace the Maverick zones, which we're looking at right here. Let's go back into this trade and why are we in it? You got a green background, right? Bulls are in control. You got bright green candles. You got an A+ setup to the upside. Maverick trenders pegged to the top. Massive strength and momentum. And then all 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. Pretty sweet. Now, look, we're getting hung up. Where? Right at this zone. We already know it. Oh, but it has a weak score. Yeah, but a zone is a zone is a zone is a zone. You're not just gonna fly right straight. I mean, that's not how this market works, where you just get one candle. You will during news and stuff, but you don't just get one candle straight up like a skyscraper. Okay, this is a level to level game. You came down, you hit this zone. You came up, you got hung up. Now you're pushing up into this one, you're getting hung up. The data is saying we're going to continue to the upside. Okay, at least that's what our A+ setup is saying. That's what our candle color is saying. And that's what all 5 traders are saying, right? So I'm going to hang in here and look at this. All right. So listen, if you want some clear vision on your charts, if you want a little bit more edge in the market, not financial advice, do your own research, never any guarantees in any market. We know that market can do anything at any time, but man, this is a clear chart. This is one clear chart. And again, Maverick zones, where does price like to move away from? Your strongest zone a lot of times. Every time? Nope, but a lot of times. I'll put all the links in the description so you can check out the Maverick AI Pro if you're interested in that. And then again, all our indicators in the Ultimate Edge bundle work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. So, and we give you a license for both. How about that? All right, so listen, if you want some clear vision on your charts, come check us out. Like I always say, it's free to look. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.